Okay, today we're going to take a look at the plugin multi-screens. You can currently find this on FX Factory. I'll put a link in the description below. While this video is not sponsored by FX Factory, I did receive this plugin for free. I wanted to let you guys know that out of the gate. And it's a pretty interesting plugin, okay? I guess it would be best if I showed you guys. Of course, it can be found in the normal titles area. We have multi-screen, and then, you can just hover over different things and whatnot. Personally, my favorite is these. Yeah. These ones right here, you can kind of get a example showing of how they are. Now, this is probably one of the simpler ones it has. And then you'll have this to be quite a few. But for the purpose of this, we're going to show this, okay? So, as you can see, I'm going to put it here, okay? And then when we play the footage right here, let's move it over so it will play a bit quicker. And then when we play the footage right here, you'll see that it actually shows everything. Then it goes back the way it needs to. Well, if we click this option over here, we can make it so it doesn't build out. If we want to, we can change the zoom in, zoom out, but the most important thing here is probably the fact that the drop zones exist. Now, if you're not familiar with drop zones, you literally can click on them, then select an area. Like, for example, when I go back to images we have loaded in already. So I'm going to use this as one of the drop zones right there. So that would go there. And then we go to the second drop zone. And just for the sake of argument, I'm going to use this right here for this drop zone. And then we would go to the third one, and on and on. Now, I just happen to have these images in here already, but not everyone will have the images in, which is okay. Just, whatever images you can or can't, it is what it is. And I'm going to select that right there. And as you can see, I can actually move it around a bit. Move this around a bit as well. So let's see how it looks. There we go. That goes there, just like that. Those four are there, just like we wanted. Now, you can be a bit cheeky with it in a sense. So this, if you're done with the drop menus, if you're done with the multi-screens in general, let's go back to the multi-screen area. You can actually right-click on it, hit New Compound Color. Let's just name it multi for the sake of argument. Hit OK. And then, since it did that, we're able to actually mess about with the opacity if we wanted to. Like, we could even do something crazy here. Like, bear with me for a moment. We could actually just start with the opacity at 100%, and then by the end of it, have it down to 65%. And then if we go on play it, we will see that it's just a subtle thing that it goes down. But yeah, and we could just play around with that. Say we don't want it to go down to that low. We could have it go there. But yeah, that's just one example of what you can actually do. You can actually do a lot more things. Like we have this here, fully customizable. This here is also, in its own way, interesting. But one of my favorite ones, if you have a bunch of time, and the reason why I say if you have a bunch of time, because it is very time consuming. A lot of these ones with lots of them are time consuming, but there is one that's way more time consuming, but I think is very brilliant. So it might actually be worth the time. And that is this, okay? This even lets you do full videos if you want to. Like I'll show you guys for example. Like let's see, we have that there. This is 3, by the way, in case you're curious. And we will do the first one because they do seem to be in order. So we're going to do the first one. We're going to grab a quick video, okay? We're going to start at the beginning here. And then if we play this right here, you will notice that the video is playing as we go along. So you can actually put video that play on this. And if you don't like it being a different color, you can turn off the dual tone, or you can just change the color of the tone altogether. And there you go with that. And you can drag around as needed, just like the other ones. Change what you need to with each of them. Like I said, this is a very interesting one. It's also very time consuming because you'll have to do the drop zones for each of them. And then there you go with that. So my recommendation, if you do end up picking up this, again, link in the description below, would probably be to start out with the smaller one, depending on your product. Like if you're advertising something, this or even this might be perfectly good for your content. This could be okay. If you're doing something for a client, I mean, this would probably be cool because, you know, it adds that extra flair that you might need. But I digress. Again, link will be in the description below. Let me know what you think of this, okay? I actually think it comes in handy quite a bit. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.